Are you thinking about selling Solana, or did you already sell your Solana and you're looking to buy back? Or are you a fan of Phantom or Luna? Well, either way, if those are things floating around in your head, you're at the right video. New viewers, let me tell you what this channel does for you. I supplement all the information you're probably already getting in terms of news and fundamentals, but I give you the information more specific to clicking around with your money before you do it. So if you're not watching those types of channels and you're just over there chest pounding and buying and praying, this is the right type of channel to look for. But some of the things I say might not make sense. So if that is true, then go down to my playlist and honestly turn it up to ×2 speed and take a look at that. And your crypto journey is going to be much more profitable if you learn a little bit of lingo so that you know what the heck I'm saying, and you have a better statistical edge before you click around with your money. So, and if you like what you see before the end of the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you can stay in the know and keep that statistical edge with these altcoins that you favor. And returning viewers, if you can go ahead and get my fat head out of the way and hit like, that will, and leave a comment too. That'll help me continue producing good content for you. And if you think it's crap content, let me know in the section. Say, you suck, man. You suck, LOL, whatever you want to say. Let's get after it. So, Solana. Similar to my last analysis, which if you didn't see that, you can go to my previous video on that. I highlighted the two origin lines that are sticking out like a sore thumb here, the white lines, right? And I just think that Solana is going to hopefully, in best case, play around this channel for quite some time. That is a good case scenario. Now, should Solana break below that bottom channel and close daily candles below it, like this, and then use it as resistance, that would be a point of concern. But Solana coming all the way down from top, having a 42% correction, down to this line, even 45, that's perfectly normal. Because look at this trading channel in my origin lines. It spent a lot of time here. Did it go down? Sure it did, but it still happens, right? Or it stayed in there a while and then it went up, right? So it's just a trading channel. The price is going to be attracted to it throughout the lifetime of this asset, period. Now, this is a little higher up within its origin line, so you'll probably see price be attracted to this during the middle of bullish moves within Bitcoin, in the middle of a bull run, or coming down the middle of the bear market as well. But you're going to get a lot of price action throughout. Honestly, assuming Solana survives 10 years, there's going to be a lot of action as time goes on in this same exact trading channel. So what's happening with Solana right now, honestly, it looks just fine. And it looks like it might want to give a try to stay above that little origin line here, but I would assume that it'll come down, tag this white line, play around here, then try it again. So you might have some sideways movement, but I really don't see all-time highs for Solana for, it might be a couple months. It could be that long. It could be November till you see all-time highs. It might float around here for quite a bit, and then once it tests this, actually, let's make a line here. That would be October. No, could be October. So honestly, it might only take a month. I take that back. Just floating around. Get back above. Yep. No. Early October, you can see all-time highs. I take that back. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer. I guess this asset's a little younger than I thought. But right now, the price action of Solana looks perfectly healthy. It's literally just in this trading channel. So let's move forward. Luna. Okay, I wrote this during my last analysis on this. So the way I think Luna's going to behave here, I think it could come all the way back down here. However, if it doesn't do that, the way price might behave is poke out all-time high after all-time high and consolidate here, then break above, and then go on a move. Fairly similar to this. And the idea that it tests the bottom trend line or the bottom origin line first, that is a possibility. But Luna's gaining a lot of steam right now, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I could draw like a halfway origin line. I would not be surprised if it stayed above that and then broke out of this. And so therefore just make an all-time high after all-time high, kind of like Bitcoin was for a little bit there in the 60K range, even though it wasn't doing anything aggressive, but it just it was slowing down, but this looks like a healthy consolidation, very healthy consolidation with a market that's starting to get pretty bullish. Plus, you just broke all-time highs anyway. This chart's looking pretty good. Now, that is the, I guess, better case scenario. So if you see that shaping up, what could happen is people who want more Luna, okay? Like I always say, if you like OMI, you sell OMI. If you like Cardano, you sell Cardano. If you like Luna, you sell Luna. So check this out. A lot of you are like, what the hell did this guy just say? Right? I'm buying and praying, right? No, you're a buyer and prayer if you literally responded that to what the hell did this guy just say? But let me show you. If you're a whale and you wanted more Luna, okay? You know that if you sell a bunch of Luna to get it down to this line, you don't have to sell until it gets there. You only have to sell in order to scare enough people so that they start selling, and then you gobble it back up way down here, and you only sold. I mean, the difference in price selling is pretty big. So if you want Luna, you sell Luna, right? So with that idea, and so as minnows, as we minnows here are swimming in the pond, you need to take that whale mentality as well. But the point of this is I want to show you a play that whales who want more Luna might do so that you don't freak out when it happens. All right. So in a bullish case, it might say bullish, 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 then boom, come down here and then skyrocket just like it did here. That might actually be what happens again. And some of the reason that happens is, simply put, on lines such as this one, or just meeting, the low of this channel, a lot of people step in to be buyers, and that's pretty organic price action. It happens just organically sometimes too. But sometimes if you get a very bullish consolidation and then a move down, okay, that's usually people with a lot of Luna who are selling Luna to get other people to sell it so they can accumulate more Luna. And you need to watch out for that. So the idea that Luna, if it doesn't tag this line one more time before this breakout, if assuming that's what happens, right? Just be aware that that could happen. And it could happen very fast. It could happen all within one day. So let's say price on average just goes like this. You could see us, honestly, you could see a 30% dip in 2 days and it just flies right back up. And if you don't believe me, look, it already happened. Watch. 35%. Boom. Right? So don't say it can't happen. It can happen even if Bitcoin's going up. This could get tanked, and it can happen within 8 hours, right? Bitcoin can move some serious. I mean, for example, Bitcoin crashed 10K in the matter of 5 hours, near its previous stop, right? So this could happen as well, and it would be a whale move, like most likely if it happened. And if I were a whale, what I would do is I would keep a very tightly knit bullish consolidation to keep a lot of people drooling at the mouths long, and then I would crash it down because similar to, let's say, to people near the equator, this isn't going to make sense. But when you're really cold, right, and your hands get cold, right, and you put it in just warm water, that warm water burns you, right? It's the difference in temperature that burns. Even though if one of your hands is normal temperature, but you put the other one in the freezer, you put them both in, this hand feels like it's burning, this hand feels like, man, let's take a bath, right? So that same concept can apply if I were a whale, and that's why I'm trying to show you this here so you don't freak out, is I would get people drooling at the mouths, kind of like getting your hand cold, so that when I throw just warm water on you, you freak out and you oversell, and then I can get your Luna. Make sense? So so this is very bullish price action. I'm not going to lie, but I want you to watch out for that. So let's move on to Phantom. That's a big, when did that, so that was a 12-hour candle. That's a big 12-hour candle. That could get continuation. It could have just been another lower high, though. And it's still within line of hitting my target down here. I don't know. I think Phantom went on a really, really nice run. I think it needs to cool down. So let's measure from there. 600%. Yeah, it probably needs to correct 55%, folks. And I know you don't want to hear that. I get that. But let's say this. Let's say you were prepared for a 55% move down, right? or 50, let's say 50, down to this local high down here where this horizontal is. Let's say you're prepared for it, and now you have more Phantom. Well, you can thank me later then, right? Like, what do you prefer? Phantom price to just always go up, or B, you get more Phantom and you have, I guess, faith that it goes up over time. I would prefer B. I would prefer to have more Phantom before it goes up, right? So don't get all pissy about my analysis here. I really think it's gonna. I think it's gonna have a 50% correction here, and I think this 12-hour candle was just trying to stay tit for tat with Bitcoin, and I don't think it's going to be able to. Now, what could happen though, as a second most probable for this, without getting a 50% correction, which I really think it's going to, it might only do 35. Let's see here, which it already has. Okay, so it's already done that. I would say second most likely is it grinds out this area between these in this trading zone and then breaks up. Doesn't quite break all-time highs and then bust up. So let's do that. That could happen as well. But as you see, both of them get to the same point at about the same darn time anyway. So this one's better because you can get more Phantom. Honestly, I would greatly prefer this scenario. I would take a 50% dip over a 35% dip any day of the week, and so should you. And that's how the whales are thinking, folks. If you like Phantom, you need to, you need not financial advice. Your Pokemon cards that say Phantom on them, you need to take profits on Phantom. Am I saying 100% of your Phantom bag, you just sell all of it when you think it's a good time to sell? Hell no. And go to my playlist where it says library and look for the thumbnail that says 10 bag. Okay. And I teach you a method on taking profits that will increase your profitability of your crypto journey. So you're not just some measly bottom feeder buyer and prayer. And if you're a buyer and prayer and you're new to this, that's fine. That's the way most people are. They're totally scared to sell. However, until you break that threshold, you won't understand why I'm saying a 50% correction is better. So those two mentalities are the same. So yeah, that's really my price action for Phantom. Let me see some downside targets though. So the good thing about Phantom though is if Bitcoin can't hold strong, I think Phantom will, because you have some serious support here. So let's say Bitcoin goes down to 42K. I would bet that Phantom grinds out a triangle above this with this wicks below. I would say you get wicks below, but many daily closures, I would say not. I would say you form a triangle like this. If Bitcoin really tanked and went sideways for a couple months, I would say that Phantom would be among the stronger performers in terms of not falling with Bitcoin. So there's a lot going for. Honestly, Phantom's chart looks. It looks like it's got a bright future. I mean, this is something else. It's pretty chaotic, but volatility equals profitability, and it looks strong plus volatile. I mean, this is a fun chart, and if you're in Phantom and you're not having fun with this fun chart, you're really missing out. I mean, you don't have, again, 10 bag. You could play around with 5% of your Phantom, right? And follow my channel and kind of get leads on, hey, when might be a good profit taking point, and have a better statistical edge and just play around with it. But that 5% can go a long way, right? Because if you catch a 50% dip, now that 5% is literally twice as much. You have twice as much now. That's roughly 10% of your bag, because the other portion that was previously 95% drops down to 91.75 or whatever. So it'd be a little bit less than the 10 bag. But you would double your position with that 5%. And so 10% of your 10% of your Phantom doesn't sound that bad, does it? 5% sounds kind of measly, but it only takes 150% trade down using 5% of your Phantom to do that, to turn it into 10%. And 10% is a good number, right? Okay, so let's see here. Let me stare at this chart just for a little bit longer. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm not having fun with this. This is a hell of a chart. I don't think there's anything like this in crypto. Now that I'm staring at this, I don't think there's any other chart that looks not even close to this. I wonder what happened here, though. If somebody could leave me a comment what the heck happened to Fantom in early 2020 to get a 90% dip, and also what news was released in early January. Like that's a big, like, this is a, the founders of this project should feel triumphant to dig themselves out of that hole and then go on this massive run, with massive support and then break all-time highs. I mean, so on a charting perspective, you don't see this very much in the middle of a chart. That is, I really don't know. I want to know what happened. So if anybody knows those 2 points in history in terms of development of this project or news, I would really like to know, because that is shaping this entire chart to be as fun as it is. Honestly, pretty integral part. So yeah, leave me a comment down below. And I do have YouTube, my comment section, open to links. So if you want to feed me a link in the comment section, I would be open to that. I'll probably have to approve it first. So if you try to post it and you don't see it post, just give me about like 24 hours or sometimes even 6, and I'll approve that comment. But other than that, if you liked what you saw and you're new to here, go ahead and hit like for me and subscribe. And if you do end up subscribing because you're a new viewer, then go ahead and check out the links down below. I show you the real examples before you would get into my community of what does this guy give to his community. I give you real examples, but also leave me a comment whether you want to be a cryptilian or a crypto crackhead. Those are the gender neutral pronouns that we use within the community. And last but not least, y'all just got Timified. See you later.